Being stuck in rush hour traffic in Los Angeles on the way to our mansion to Hollywood Hills from Malibu, decided that I'd want to create a video blog so that I could do two things at the same time, multitasking. So I wanted to talk to you guys about how we're going to be doing a lot of new things on the RSD channel that I created here. For one of the things I just did was an interview with Big Mike Stromaitis, founder of Advanced Nutrients, and he kind of inspired something in me that I kind of wanted to do already, but I really want to do it now. Just talking to Mike at his house in Malibu, we were sharing all sorts of interesting insights and ideas I thought would be really useful for building Real Social Dynamics from where it is now to an even larger brand than what it is now. And it was just the sharing of indiscriminate ideas without holding back that I decided that what I'd like to do is, instead of doing Infield pickup videos, Infield business videos, meaning that I would actually be doing videos of myself and our team within Real Social Dynamics doing videos of our board meetings, business meetings, and actually closing deals and making things happen. In the same manner that I want to do that for other companies in the future, where we could actually go into businesses and actually do Infield teachings and trainings. I think that we could have some really amazing Infield hot seat videos going into corporations, actually just tinkering with things and making things optimized and doing that in a major way. The secrets of how to model yourself in terms of being successful in business, whether it's in sales or being the business owner on a chief executive level, I think are really unique. And the details of it are very intricate and really hard to understand, especially if you're not in their position. Only by seeing and doing can you do this. When I was talking to Mike, we were agreeing that it's very, very difficult to have even anyone understand what we're talking about for many things that we do, because you can't really relate, you can't really understand it unless you actually have been through the process, especially when you're the entrepreneur, you're building the business from scratch and you're going through the challenges of doing that whole process. The intricacies of what someone says is hard work. It's kind of an ambiguous concept until you actually see it. Because what's hard work to me may be impossible in terms of someone else's mind. They don't even believe that's possible to do some of the things that we're doing. Some of the multitasking and juggling, or what they think is possible, what they think is impossible. It's because they never worked that hard or put in that much effort to try to make things happen. They don't really realize that what they view as impossible is just overcoming their boundaries of what they think is possible. I believe that by showing people these things, they'll truly be able to learn from business. I never really wanted to get into just teaching business because I didn't want to become an armchair professor, a guy who was just talking with the theory and not really showing what it is in the real world, or actually more importantly executing. I believe that this might be the solution. Taking you by the hand into our business and the businesses of others, and maybe even your business, and actually teaching you and training you on these skill sets in the field, step by step, so we can get the fastest, most effective, and quickest way possible to help you become successful in your business life. I believe that in the same way we built RSD, we can do that. Nobody else is really doing this. Maybe reality TV shows for entertainment purposes are going to people and sending people into their businesses. They're not competent business people. They're more of a journalist or a reporter. I think that the closest thing is a TV show I saw with a CEO. I think it was like an undercover CEO situation where you had an undercover CEO going into his own company and then trying to ask questions and identify what was happening in the company that he could improve upon. What I'd like to do is take it a step further, sending myself and other people that are really trained and skilled at making things happen in other people's businesses and doing that. The first step, I believe, is to have us do it within our own company, especially since most of RSD Nation are really interested in just following RSD. And as fans of RSD, I think people will be interested in seeing what we do behind the scenes, not just from talking about it, but actually seeing it. It reminds me of when Jay-Z, he did a documentary about him building the Black Album, and you could see him recording, running beats around, doing some music mix with Timberland. And I think that would be really cool to see in our business, because we have so much creativity, it's so much fun. And showing that from our perspective, I think people will not just learn from it, but they'll also improve. A lot of the concepts in our business, because we're a self-improvement company, are talking about their personal transformational change, the identity level change, the self-actualization, and also on a business level, how social media is changing, how marketing is changing for us, how the whole landscape of technology is changing and influencing everyone in the world in a very big way. Yesterday, I was watching the CEO of Hip Hop DX, Tommy, who hasn't seen Owen, but they used to live together, in like 5 to 10 years. On a very high level, they're sharing all sorts of really fascinating business ideas that critically affected their business. I believe that when I do these things, they're brutally honest. So some of the things I might not be able to show. I might have to censor it and edit it out if it's about top secret confidential information. But having that stuff on film, I think that there's a very fine line between those things that are confidential and if they were public, could critically give competitors an advantage versus something that's more knowledge that anyone could actually actualize and use and learn from, or just be massively entertained and see how deeply we're ingrained. I don't even think my own staff really know how deeply we go in terms of running things on an executive level, on a chief executive level, between me and Owen and all the things going on behind the scenes. I think even for them to be educational, for our instructors and our staff to really see what I even do, because I don't even think that people in my own company really know that. Hell, I don't even think most people that work on a day-to-day basis with me directly even know all the details of the things I need to do. So I'd love to share that as well. I think that even showing that behind the scenes with other CEOs would be very valuable. And as a useful portrait of what they actually do in their life. I think that'd be a lot of fun too. I think that being somebody who's traveled around the world, I have a lot of perspectives and also a lot of reach to people that would be willing to share these opportunities and ideas because I built trust. I'm not there for like an incentive. I don't have like a unusual ulterior motive. A lot of people who go in behind the scenes, they're not businessmen. They may be doing it from a journalistic purpose to kind of captivate the audience with some kind of shocking thing that may or may not be the actual real truth of the situation. I think that when you just have that raw footage, like a documentary producer, you kind of have that. And I also believe that the future of RSD and most businesses that really want to have an expansive brand is through the creation of movies, TV shows, documentaries, and little short stories that captivate and entertain the mind. Now, we have spent a lot of time creating video blogs. It's not the most cinematography that we could produce. We have some of the most amazing cameramen, some of the most amazing camera equipment. We have the same camera equipment as feature films. We might as well use our talent as executive producers for Real Social Dynamics and kind of expand upon that process. So it would be my pleasure to do that. What I'm doing now is I'm interviewing some of the most successful people on the planet in terms of business success, and also people who have obviously, in order to accomplish that business success, and they didn't just inherit it, they had to work hard, they had to push their limits. These are people that have great relationship skills, great networking skills, and developed a mindset that they could share. This is real business. I'd love to share with you guys what real business is. I think that there's no greater way to share that than actual field experience. In-field business videos. Most likely what I'll do is I'm going to create a new business-to-business branded company. I probably will work with some consumers that are really interested in it from RSD, but I think that a lot of the people that are really interested in what we're doing is also outside. And I think that we will really be able to expand the network of what we're doing by doing that. The idea of interviewing these successful people will also allow us to captivate a lot more of what we would call the mainstream audience, the broader base of the world of what's out there. And I think that what we have to teach can really affect people on that higher level. In terms of pickup, the skills we learned in dating and pickup and RSD, I believe that those skills are taboo to a lot of the mainstream. Framing it in the right way to reach that wider audience will be the key. And usually that's through telling a story. Right now, I'm in a class at Harvard on global justice and storytelling. It's kind of a weird conversation. It's kind of a weird combination of classes. I'll be hearing stories from my classmates about amazing traumas and how they use reparative justice out of the legal system, and the stories that they tell captivate the audience. Even the professor, he had 3 of his siblings killed by Whitey Bulger, and I'll think about how I've had stories like I had a $65,000 diamond wedding band stolen from me, and I was thinking about how I used the legal system and also the process of restorative justice to try to gain justice. And I'm actually in the middle of that process right now. So that's what captivated to me this. But what was interesting is, although that was my original intention, was to learn more about the legal system. I'm studying law at Harvard because I want to learn and improve upon my legal studies for RSD. Yet at the same time, when I got involved with this, it was interesting from a journalistic standpoint how the fascinating stories, the deep emotions, and all of that make everything so much more relatable, so more vivid, so much more real. And I think that when you actually have that story and you see it in picture format, you're able to captivate the mind in a much deeper way. We were talking yesterday with Tommy and Owen about the power of how Snapchat is the next biggest thing in terms of innovating technology, and how it's a phone app. Now people don't even want to go to websites to learn and study as much as they just want to do it on their phone. It's like, oh my God, I have another step I have to do. I have to go to a website. You have to send me to a URL. Why can't I just push play? And I think that is going to be the situation is for the future, but it's also going to be a situation that people want more in terms of the value, what they expect from the entertainment standpoint. They want 360 virtual reality. They'll want 4K quality video. They want cinematic entertainment. And they will all have the fact that everyone's time is more valuable. You could be a young girl in her 20s that is just playing video games, and if you have the ability to captivate an audience, you could make a 6-figure income just from the power of social media. You could be anyone just through the power of the internet and the reach and technologies that are growing. However, it's not really one thing just to say it. For a lot of people, a lot of the stuff we're talking about, you can't really relate. You have to see it. In the same way, like if I talk to you about a warlord in Africa killing people, creating children's soldiers, giving them whistles, and then the children in the front blow the whistle because they're too young and too small to carry big guns and they get killed. I could tell you that story, but actually seeing it in a movie on Netflix, you'll be able to relate a lot more. In the same manner, the same thing goes for business, networking, social circuiting, relationships, pickup. That's why we did hot seat videos. And I think that we could really expand upon this process through going deep, undercover, and showing hidden camera videos of businesses, or even if it wasn't completely hidden camera, just having the cameras around so often people just get comfortable around it. I was on a reality TV show called Below Deck, episode 6. I got married on it. I was around cameras for half a week, just literally like 16 cameras following me around everywhere, cameras throughout this giant $30 million yacht. They organized a 24-hour countdown to a wedding. And a lot of it was just talking like a normal person, just relating to other people and knowing we were being filmed, but you kind of forget about the cameras because you have cameras everywhere around you. RSD instructors are so used to that, it's kind of just around their life. That's why they can be so natural on camera, doing hot seat videos and what have you. Now, reality TV has a lot less of reality than what we're trying to do. I know for a fact that, for example, on the Below Deck episode, they're trying to stir up drama and say things that didn't really happen. They had a situation where I gave a bunch of guys a bunch of tip, and they wanted to try to make a drama saying that we didn't give enough tip, even though the boat never left dock, and we also gave them way more tip than they got because we gave it over 2 different days, and they only wanted to create the drama. And these are the kinds of things that are just not real. I don't really consider that genuine or ethical. I'd love to show the full story of what things are, as opposed to like a reality show that's trying to create suspense drama for the sake of drama. I want to create real, actionable insights for the sake of learning actionable insights. That is what Infield's all about. I mean, that's also what business is about. When people say content, they don't just mean I want to see something. They mean I want to get actionable insights, actionable results that I can take action on and implement. And that's what I think business is about. It's all about execution. It's not about creating a fictitious idea and then being like, this is the most innovative billion-dollar idea. All I need is that extra few $100,000 of startup capital, raise a seed round, make a few $1,000,000 and create another business. And now I can show you an Excel spreadsheet. If I just plug in the numbers in this hypothetical model, make a shitload of money. That's what I hear all the time. And yeah, sometimes that works, but that is rare. That is like the 1 in a million idea. And some people have it. I know people who have those ideas. They do it, they make things happen. Most of the time, it's not that case. What I care about, though, is not necessarily those people who just want to be entrepreneurs. I want people who want to be entrepreneurs, people who are already CEOs, people that are business people, just want to improve their life and business in general. I want to be able to improve the lives of the everyday person that has $20 in their pocket as much as the guy who has 20 million in his bank. And I think that by going deep undercover in the field, we'll get those results. I'm about to enter the Hollywood Hills. My cameraman's holding this camera, and he does a great job, but he doesn't have a stabilizer. He's really just holding the camera without a tripod. So I'm gonna end this video now, because once you hit those hills, it curves like a snake. And it's kind of like race car driving, where we were comparing an analogy earlier. When you go race car driving, you have these apexes, and you have to aim at different things. And my biggest concern is hitting people. So I'm gonna let you go now. We're going to release this video online, and then you can expect from what I'm clearing up as my expectations for what you should get from this channel as that, plus a series of awesome interviews, content from me just showing some interesting 360 videos and tours of me traveling around, some stories, my life, and trying to see things of what I could hopefully inspire you to do in your life, what you could learn from what I do, because a lot of my ideas are extreme. I want you to take what I have, what I believe, and what the people that I'm introducing you to, and use what you can, because not everyone could do and use what I'm teaching in terms of my beliefs, my action items, and what have you, because it's not you. But there's going to be definitely a lot of it. And when I meet people who I believe are potential mentors, mastermind group members, etc., I'm looking for that one idea, because even just one idea can be the difference between me making like $1,000 today or me making $10,000 today. It's amazing, because these little things that you find make all the difference. And I want you to make an investment in yourself. When you invest your time and your money into learning about how to improve yourself in terms of business, it really is an investment in yourself. And when you're doing that for pickup, it's really an investment in yourself. These relationship, your skills that you're developing for, or networking or business or pickup, they're all interchangeable. You'll hear business speakers that I interview who will continually say that, harp that. And it's amazing to me, because these are just ideas I felt intuitively, it's common sense, things that I believe you could implement in your life. So subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends. It will be worth your time. It'll be a lot of fun as well.